What's good, bro? Let's play a game. All the pieces are set. Kings and queens will connect long as Jesus sees the regrets.
Breathe and stretch. I see no reason to be vexed. They dealing with season. What up, it's your boy Bobby Crillz, and right now you're tuned into the Heart of the City podcast, and today I got a very special guest with me. This is somebody that's been actually asked about very frequently on the podcast. Every time somebody sees me at the bars or outside, they're like, yo, you got to get an interview with this gentleman. And I told him, listen, I'm going to do it. The only reason I didn't do it in the past was because we were trying to get everything right with the podcast, make sure that when he comes on the platform, that the platform is up to par and it tells his story the right way. Now, this gentleman right here is somebody that I've known for quite some time. Now, when I first started rapping, I want to say early 2000s, 2003, 2004. I think I ran into him 2006, around 2006. And this was the first time I really ran into him was at the Coliseum nightclub. Yep. It was a showcase for James Striz, and we were selling tickets. This was that grind at that time. And there was a few Amboy cats in there. It was me, it was this gentleman, and I believe the Ill Souls was in the building too. Yep. I might be wrong.
They were there, definitely.
But it was this gentleman. Not only did he show me so much love the first time he saw me hit the stage, I guess it was just the Amboy thing. You know, they say Amboy, you know, sometimes we shit on each other internally, but whenever we're out of town, we stick together. And that shit rang very true, very Absolutely. True. The love that he showed me that day, I could never forget it. And we was cool ever since. And I actually made the Guinness Book of World Records with this gentleman. We did the Rapathon. Shout out to Verb. Shout out to all them cats over there that we went up to Harlem. We represented as Amboy.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. We represented as Amboy. We went up there. We was rapping with spitters from all over the world, man. It was crazy. We made the Guinness Book of World Records with that, and we also collabed on a few joints as well too. So, if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, I got my man Flame in the building. Flame, what up, baby?
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man.
Thank you for getting on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
It's been a long time coming, long time overdue. When I tell you that people really been asking for you to get on the podcast, that's facts. That's facts.
That's a good thing, man.
You are highly respected in the bar game for sure. You are highly respected in the bar game for sure, and I understand why. I've been able to witness you do some pretty incredible things. You know, we've built quite the relationship over the years. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
There's been much respect, much love, and we just vibe. Every time we get together, it's a vibe. So I salute you, brother. You know how I feel about you. No homo, pause, no diddy, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
But highly respected, brother. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I can't complain about nothing, man.
Nah, life looks good right now. You know what I mean?
I can't complain about nothing, man.
Okay. You still still moving, everything's good?
Absolutely. I'm working on some new stuff now.
Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty much work, family, music.
That's what it is. 3 pillars right there. I think a lot of us live by right now. And if you're not, you're doing it wrong. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's pretty much what I'm on, man. Work, family, music, man.
All right. So I've been wanting to get into the Flame story for a while because you are an interesting cat. You are. You have quite a history, and I've heard a lot about you. Stuff that I didn't really know, but I've heard. So I kind of want to verify it and see where we at.
I've been around for a minute.
You've been around for a minute, right?
When you grow up in especially a small town like Amboy,
yeah,
you know what I mean. You know, sometimes when you live on that side of town, you don't get to this side of town.
Yeah,
I was one of them kids who was all over the place because I played baseball, I played football. So even if I didn't go to school with certain kids, we were on the same team.
Yeah. So you were mixing and matching all over the place.
Yeah. Yes.
Moving and shaking.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's like your mantra, like that's your thing, your mission statement. Moving and shaking. You feel like you're moving and shaking all the time.
I mean, I just stay humble and just get around and do me on the low.
I dig it. So let's get into the interview. Let's start off. First question I ask all my guests: where were you born?
Perth, Amboy, New Jersey, born and raised, baby.
Raritan Bay Hospital. Was it General or was it Raritan Bay?
It was General at the
time. It was
time.
General? Okay,
yeah.
That's a question I ask all the time because...
Yeah, that's showing my age a little bit, but that's all right.
It's all good. We here for that. It's not about that. You know what I mean? You still doing this shit at a very high level, so that doesn't even matter. But you were born in General Hospital, Amboy, Raritan Bay. What year? If you don't mind me asking.
76.
76, okay. So you've been around for a little bit. What's your parents' nationality?
African American.
African American, no
Yeah.
Caribbean, no West Indian, nothing like
both
that?
my parents are straight from down south.
Okay.
My father's from North Carolina. My mother's from Alabama.
Okay, how'd they migrate up here? You know that story or no?
Just opportunity, better opportunity.
Was it during a certain period? Do you know when they came up?
It was before I was born. My uncle, my father's brother, had came from North Carolina to Perth, Amboy, and he started working for a guy doing heating and air conditioning.
Okay.
And he worked for years. He got his knowledge up and started building his own brand.
Yeah.
And then my father came from North Carolina after to work with him.
Okay.
So, and that's the place on Smith Street, Man's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Well, see, there's history there. This is why we ask
absolutely.
those questions. You know what I mean? Is that business still there?
Absolutely. Yep.
How many years thriving?
Whew.
HVAC is one hell of a field too. So
Yes. I'm from, as far as I can remember, early 80s.
Jesus, still going.
Yeah.
God bless them. That's a beautiful thing. Shout out to
family
man's
run. You know what I'm saying?
family business, black owned. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's a big deal. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. So you were born in Perth Amboy Hospital. Parents African American. What part of Amboy were you raised in?
Kind of all over because I have a lot of family in the city.
Okay.
So, like, early on, I was on Market Street. At the end of Market Street, by that end turn.
By the circle, by the city hall?
Yes. No, the opposite end.
Oh, you talking about by the gullies?
Yes.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Earlier I was there, and then we wound up moving to Sutton Street,
Okay.
where my mother still lives to this day.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and actually the house burned down.
I remember that happened a few years ago.
Yes, unfortunately.
You were telling me about the Jordans.
I lost about, oh man, I don't even want to think about it. I lost over 50 pair of J's.
Jeez. I remember you was a little devastated about it. I remember we talked about it when it was going on.
I was hurt. Because, a lot of them, even if you buy them again, it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some of them hold actually memories. Like, I'm the type of person, like, I kept old beat up sneakers just for the sentimental value.
The nostalgia behind it.
Exactly. And I had a lot of stuff like that I lost. Like, I used to collect certain things that I just lost that is something, like, you can't get again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, and again, it got rebuilt. I mean, it wasn't all the way done, but it just needed a lot of work. And thank God we had, insurance. So everything was good. Everything was,
Covered.
restored back to normal. And, you know what I'm saying? Mom Dukes is good, and she's still there right now.
That's awesome.
Word.
Shout out to Mom Dukes, man. That's
Hey, Ma.
That was a rough time. I remember that, man. We were talking a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, a few months before that, my father had passed away.
I remember this.
It was within maybe a 4-month span, 3-4 month span.
Damn, life was lifing.
At that time, it
Yeah.
was.
And that was around, I want to say 2020. Was it 2000?
It's been, maybe 18, because it's been about 6 years.
Was it? It was, all right, so it was,
It's
okay.
been like 6 years, yeah.
And then you had the pandemic on top of that, which kind of made everything even worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because, it was good and bad at the same time.
Yeah.
Bad because we, not just me, my family, but during the pandemic period, people lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you ask me, I think that's kind of when people started maybe coming together a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's crazy because, in a tragedy, sometimes it brings people closer.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what happened in the pandemic. So that was a good thing. But we all lost a lot of people, family members, friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of things went to hell when that shit happened.
Yeah. But then again, a lot of things, like, I got good out of it also.
Yeah.
Because when you go through stuff like that, you take a deep look at yourself.
Yeah. It's character building.
The person you are. How much better can you be?
Yeah.
So, and when you have time to think, and again, when you're losing people and all this is going on, you have time to think and, like, soul search.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was important. That was an important time for me.
And that was one of those times in your life that really defined who you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how we got into that conversation because I wasn't even trying to go there, but it kind of
Nah,
went there.
but it's just real shit. It's just real
It's
shit.
good to see that you came out on top of that too, and you're still here, you're still thriving, you're still doing good.
It was a good thing. It was a good, like I said, good thing and bad thing at the same time. Bad thing because how everybody lost people and the shit that they had to go through with jobs and stuff. But I think we're probably getting back to normal.
It's starting to feel it, at least for sure. I can say that. Just to segue off of that a little bit, kind of get more into you. What were you like as a youngin? Were you like were you a wild child? Were you a good kid? Were you an athlete?
I was an athlete. I did everything.
Yeah.
And so did all of my friends. That's why some of the relationships I have today are so strong, because a lot of these guys I played football with, baseball with, basketball with since you're high.
What were you playing in football? What position were you?
I played quarterback. I played running back. I played receiver.
So you a skill guy.
I was a kicker. I punted. I kicked field goals. Yeah,
that's dope. That's what
I did all of that. Kicking used to be my thing. Like I was one of.
I want to see you as a kicker, bro.
Word. Yo, you want to hear something funny?
I do.
You want to hear some crazy shit?
Yeah.
As a freshman, I only played freshman football. I was kicking the ball in the end zone like they do in the NFL and in college.
Like on the kickoffs and shit?
I was doing that shit as a freshman.
Jesus Christ. You had a golden toe. That's what they call it, right?
I did that shit as a freshman.
You know you could have been a pro kicker, right? That shit don't really take too much working out or nothing.
Nah, I don't. But and I was I was intrigued with it from real young. Like I didn't just start that when I was in high school. I was kicking off when I played Bearcat football from the age of 9, 10 years old.
Yeah, so it was like a natural ability, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Did you play any soccer or was it just football? No, just football,
never
right?
Played just football.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, so what schools did you attend?
Early, I actually went to Catholic school.
Okay.
I went to First Holy Trinity until 5th grade. And then 6th grade, I went to St. Mary's because there was a time where they had changed up the Catholic schools. And then I went there for 1 year, and then I came to Shell School in 7th grade.
Okay. What year was that in Shell School? You remember? You recall?
92 maybe? No, hell no. No, hell no. That was high school. It was late. Not like 90, something like that.
Yeah. And that's the heyday of Hall Ave. How was Shell School back then? I asked those questions because I wanted to see what that environment was like.
It was some of the amazing people that me and you know to this day. We went to school together, and some of us are still here. Yeah. Unfortunately, some are not. But yeah, man, like I got to grow up with some real good folks. Yeah. Some real good people. Not everybody's perfect. Nobody.
Nah, nobody is. Yeah.
But that's one thing that I have. Like I grew up with some good people, man.
And they're still in your corner, which is amazing.
Absolutely, from all sides of town too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to this day, we're still like that.
That's dope.
Word.
That's dope. So you went to Shell School. You said Catholic schools early on, which leads us into high school. What high school did you go to?
Perth Amboy.
So you were a Panther.
Absolutely.
So what was Perth Amboy High School like for you? What kind of kid was Flame in Perth Amboy High School?
I mean, again, still an athlete, but when I got to the high school, I played freshman football. I played freshman basketball. I was supposed to play varsity baseball as a freshman.
Okay.
But I declined. I stopped playing.
Why?
I just decided to out of nowhere.
Was you off the porch already or no?
Yeah.
Was that a
No, not really. I actually what really happened was when coming up, I was a baseball and football kid. I was athletic so I could play basketball, but I didn't have the skills. Yeah. I was taught sports by my uncle and my father. Yeah. They played football and baseball. From Crisco and Roy, man, by the way.
Okay.
They played baseball. They didn't play basketball like that. So I didn't have to first hand.
Did you wait? You said Furman Crisco? You talking about Diana's dad?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Furman's dad, obviously. Yeah, so you got athletes all over your family.
Yeah, I had two pops.
Okay.
When I was my uncle, I had two pops.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is he still around?
Unfortunately, he's not, and neither is my father.
Rest in peace to both of them. You know, the Crisco family, great family, High Street.
Yeah,
they were my aunt's neighbors. I kind of grew up in that neighborhood around them a little bit when I was younger. Yeah. Diana was a good friend. Furman.
Like, you know, they're my first cousins, but, like, we were raised like brothers
and sisters. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that puts this into perspective for me. So now we got to understand where Flame comes from. Okay.
Yeah, so going back to it, so they taught me football and baseball firsthand. I loved basketball more, but I wasn't that good.
So this leads me to a question that's kind of off topic, but not off topic, but off script. Is from what I heard, you was a baller. You was a basketball player.
Turned into.
Okay, so how did this transpire? Because from what you're telling me, it was football and baseball. You say you didn't have the skills for basketball.
I could play basketball
because you were athletic.
Yes, but I wasn't.
How'd you develop the skills?
I busted my ass because I wanted it.
Yeah.
And then when I tell you,
you were shooting every day in the gym, dribbling.
Yeah, I used to run to the park before school in the morning, run back home, then come to school and go to practice, and then after practice, go to the rec in Delaney and play some more. And I did this. So when freshman, now my time in shell school, again, I was only in shell school for 2 years.
Yeah.
3 years, I'm sorry. You know, when these kids, they all came up together. They've been playing on the team.
They got
I'm
the chemistry.
New guy. I come out of Catholic school. These people don't know me. And again, at the time, I'm not great. I'm good because I can run and jump faster than most kids.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I wasn't skilled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I played a little bit in shell school, but I never started like that. Maybe I think I might have started one game my whole shell school career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I played a little bit, but I was all right. Now, in between shell school and freshman, I did a whole lot of balling, a whole lot of practicing, like working hard. Now, we go to freshman, there's no favoritism. It's kids from two of the
again, it's in shell school, right?
And the coach don't know none of us.
Yeah.
So it was a fresh start for me. And I had worked so hard over the summer and played so much and worked so hard on my game that I was actually coming from shell school not being one of the guys to being one of the guys.
Yeah.
Like I was one of the main guys.
That was a big transition right there.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? I started, you know what I'm saying? And I did pretty well my freshman year. I was actually the only person on my freshman team to play JV his freshman year.
And what year was this? Do you remember?
My freshman year, 91.
Was this the year that they were doing like the states and all that?
This was that was 2 years later. Cause my freshman year I played, and then after that I kind of fell off because my grades.
Okay.
I was having too much fun in school.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was having fun or whatever, and I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing with the books. So, my sophomore year, ineligible. My junior year, ineligible until the cutoff, the February cutoff, January or February, I believe.
You got in for like the playoffs.
And I was able to play the last like 10 games of the season.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm behind now.
Yeah, you already missed half the season. And
not even the year before that, too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even though this whole time I'm playing basketball and sharpening my game up, and I was ready, I'm still behind because I wasn't in the system with everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I came at the end of my junior year, played a couple games. It was, you know what I mean? I got to get my feet wet a little bit. My senior year is when, you know, I started from the beginning and I had a decent season.
You closed out pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to play secondary ball, like outside of high school and stuff like that, or no?
I went to Brookdale. When I left high school, I graduated. I went to go play. Let me rephrase that. I went to go to school in Brookdale.
Okay.
And I was supposed to play for the team. The crazy thing about that is, this was 96.
Okay.
Remember the 96 blizzard?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Oh, yeah, I loved it. That was like one of the best times of my life.
It was for me, too. Yeah. I made a lot of money. That's another story.
Yeah.
But
we can talk about it if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
All right.
So at that time, I'm an out of county student. Now, when you're an out of county student, when it comes to county schools, you have to pay double.
Yeah, I knew it was more. Damn, but double.
You have to pay double, but because of my situation with the basketball and all,
they were giving you a little bit of.
I paid the regular.
Yeah.
But during that time with the blizzard, I wasn't able to get there, and this was around test time.
Yeah.
And all I needed was a passing grade on each one of my tests. Like the 70s,
yeah.
whatever the minimum was.
Get a C, bro. Like, yeah.
That's all I needed on all, because I was doing well.
Yeah.
Now, me being out of county, I couldn't get there, but the people that lived there were able to get there.
That commute probably in '96.
They wouldn't even grant me a chance to retake it.
That's cold blooded.
They wouldn't even let me retake it.
That's like acts of God. You know what I mean? Inclement weather. Like
it was because of tough shit. You're not a county student, and
wow,
everybody made it here except you, and you're not an exception. So I got a 0 on all of those tests.
Wow.
I wanted to believe.
And that was pretty much.
Yeah.
I
left there, and the crazy thing was, like, the program was a good program.
Yeah, no, Brookdale's known for basketball a little bit. Yeah,
it's a good program, good coach. And again, I started. This was like right before the season when this happened.
Yeah.
So I started like in camp and all that, and was practicing and all that. Like, and then actually, what we're talking about as far as basketball, how I got better. I was, again, I was okay in high school. I wasn't all that.
Yeah.
I was okay when I left, and I went there and got some
real development coaching and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's when it took off.
You know what I'm
saying?
And
your mind's catching up to your body size and everything. Yeah. So it's
you're
different level at that point.
Yeah, and then when after that, I was just coming back to the parks, just killing everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, we just went around.
I remember seeing you like at the parks. You know what I mean? Because I used to ball myself. I was a baller too.
I remember you.
I wasn't great, but I was a good shooter. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I remember seeing you at the parks. You know what I mean?
I lived in the park.
Yeah.
I lived in, and not in the park, all parks. Like, we used to just take the show on the road. We'll be over here.
Forest Park, Warren Park, Washington,
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
I used to go to the city all the time to ball. Like,
Harlem and shit like that?
Yeah, it's only a few cats that would actually go.
Yeah.
Because, niggas is cool.
It's different levels. It's different levels. When you go to New York, they play different in New York, man.
Man, one of my mans, rest in peace, Pedro. He's a couple years older than me. He died on a motorcycle accident in Florida. He used to play for Perth Amboy Voltec.
Okay.
And he was a good friend of mine. And man, we'd be clubbing on the weekends. We'd be out to 3, 4 in the morning on a Friday.
Yeah.
Go home and be in the car at 7:30, 8 o'clock on the way to West 5th in the morning.
Jesus Christ.
To go ball.
Wish I had that kind. I wish I had that kind of energy still.
We used to do that shit like every weekend. Because he used to love going all over the place, and he used to do this stuff by himself.
Yeah.
And we were friends, but we would meet up at the park. We wouldn't go to the park together.
Yeah.
We only played ball. We didn't hang out outside of playing ball.
Gotcha.
So when we started hanging out outside of playing ball,
yeah,
he used to be, oh, let's go here, let's go. I was down to do everything.
Yeah.
I was never like, I'm not sure if I want to go there or whatever. He'd be like, yo, let's go here, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
And we did it, and we used to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was you putting in work over there?
Absolutely.
Because New York ball is different.
Absolutely.
Man.
Again,
city ballers?
That's part of the process of me getting better, playing around different people, playing around better competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of competition, you see what Washington Park has become? Yo, the Battle of the Cities. Have you seen that?
That's a good thing.
Whew.
Where they bring the good high school kids
from
all around Jersey.
God, that's looking like the dope. Rucker, bro.
That's
it's
dope.
crazy.
I
love what's going on in Washington Park right now.
That's dope for the city. That's dope for the kids, and it's good for kids in the city to see that.
Yeah.
So they can get some kind of motivation, because sports is not like it was in the town no more.
No, it's not. It's really not.
You know what I mean? It's not like these kids don't have the same passion that we did. And we when I was in school, and even as a younger, like, you had to play football.
Yeah.
You had to play basketball. You had to play
It's
baseball.
different now. It's definitely different now.
It's
My
different.
kids are in sports, so I see it.
It's a lot different. You know what I'm saying? My stepson is in sports, and you know, I see it like when I used to play, which we're talking about a long time ago. It was always organized.
Yeah.
They always had this shit together. When I see how when I go to these places and it's unorganized, like half the kids don't show up, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
But you know,
That's changing of the guard, I guess you could say. But
yeah, pretty much.
all right, so when did rapping come into play, man?
Well, I had a good friend, rest in peace, Sean Pritchard.
Okay.
He was.
I know the name.
I'm
I'm trying to put the face to
I'm
it.
gonna tell you. We played Little League baseball together.
Yeah.
We played basketball in show school together. But we played all stars. We were the same age.
Yeah.
And we were like, he was like my nemesis.
Okay.
It was like, who's the better pitcher? Chris or Sean? Who's the better hitter? Chris or Sean?
Okay.
Who's the better guy?
So it was just competition all the time with him, right?
Yes. And it was healthy because we pushed each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was always trying to be better than me, and I was always trying to be better than him.
And at the end of the day, both of y'all are being great.
And made us better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
So now in middle school, when I was in shell school, he was kind of ahead of his time. Like, he was already rapping in middle school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So when did you start?
Well, me and him used to hang out. He used to, he used to let me hear his raps, and I always used to be like intrigued. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit! Like, this guy's like amazing.
Yeah.
He's my friend, and it was simple, like little ABC
Yeah,
type
yeah.
shit at the time.
But at that age, you're taking it. You're like, yo,
But
he's nasty. Yeah.
So one day we were hanging out, and he came to my crib. I think it was like after practice or something.
Yeah.
And he came to my crib, and I was like, yo, I wrote a rap.
Okay. How'd this go?
You know what I mean? And he's like, yo, let me hear it. And I rapped it. It was corny as hell. It was probably the most corniest shit ever.
Hat, cat, bat.
Yeah, that type shit. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, yo, and I kind of looked up to him in that perspective because that was something he did that I didn't do.
Yeah.
We did all the same things at that time.
Yeah.
That was something he did that I didn't do and I couldn't do.
Yeah.
So, I let him hear it or whatever. And even though it was corny, it was super corny and all that, he didn't shoot me down. He was like, "Oh, that's not bad. Like, yo, you should try it.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did it secretly for a while.
Yeah.
Well, I'd never let nobody know.
So what
about
age
it.
was that?
That was probably like 13.
Okay. So you were doing it secretly for how long before you actually?
Before anybody, probably a good 4 or 5 years before anybody like ever heard me.
Okay. So probably 18.
Nah, I was like
17, 18?
Yeah, 17, 18. But even then, I was like, I had a couple raps.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you wasn't all in.
No.
You were still doing a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, I was being a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I had a couple raps, though. And then time progressed, got older. And I actually, in high school, Philip Willis.
I know that name, too.
You know the twins, Reggie and Philip from Dunlap's.
Yeah, I know the names.
Philip Willis, we wind up forming a group.
What's the name of the group?
Nasty Adolescents.
Okay. I like this. Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
let's talk about it.
Just a lot of this history. Like,
I like this.
You know what I'm saying? We formed the group, and me and him, like, we was good. Like, we had this is when they used to call it the Death Corner.
This shit sounds crazy. What is this?
The Death Corner. You know when you go into the gym in Amboy High School?
Yeah.
And it's the main doors, but there's the one little door from the girls' gym right there.
Yeah.
That was the Deaf Corner.
Oh, shit. Okay. So
you
the
know,
girls' gym.
Yeah.
Right by the girls' gym.
Yeah, the little mini door. So it was like a little inside the door. So that's what we call the Deaf Corner.
What the fuck happens in this deaf corner?
Niggas meet up before school, lunchtime, and after school to battle.
So you was in the trenches in there, getting it in? The deaf corner. Who'd you battle?
Yeah.
Anybody we know?
Oh, man. Right now, I'm going to tell you who I battled a couple times. Good person, too. Good dude. Swing.
Swing, that's my guy. Yeah, that's my dude. I fucking Swing.
Me. But again, it wasn't no real. It was just.
I've had those in high school. I know.
Yeah,
what it is.
you know what I'm saying.
I battled cats in my crew in high school.
But we used to look forward to doing that shit every day at lunchtime. Like, yo, I'm gonna make sure I have something because you never know.
You got to come fresh too. You had to be. You had to memorize the shit too.
Yeah,
that was different.
You know what I'm saying? So, we used to be into that, and then again, it wasn't just me. It was a bunch of people involved. Like this is the time when Shakir was in high school, which is one of my guys.
Shout out to Shaq.
My cousin Eric Rogers. They used to be a group. Just and almost anybody who rapped at the time. Yeah. At lunchtime, before school, or after school, you would see us in that corner.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That environment was nuts, wasn't it?
Yeah, I loved it, and I was no good then.
Yeah.
But
you was hopping in the ciphers.
I was when I say no good, I mean compared to now. But then I didn't it wasn't like I wasn't thinking about a record deal or whatever. Yeah. I was thinking about having some dope raps for lunchtime. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
well, it's okay. It's okay to not be good when you first started. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I was sitting in here the other day with my man Shakes, and he has all my shit on like his hard drive and shit.
Shout out to Shakes.
Shout out to Shakes. I love that brother. That's my dude.
That's my guy.
And
that's one of the coolest dudes ever.
Oh, he really is, yo. Absolutely. He really is. And he played some of my old shit from like when I first started rapping, because I really first started rapping in his studio. That was like I started a little bit before them, but then I got with them and I just started going to their house all the time and recording, and man, my shit was trash, bro. And I listen to it now, and I'm like, oh my god, I was really putting this out. I was putting this shit on MySpace, expecting it to blow up, you know. And I'm like, oh my god, it was so bad, man. But it happens, bro. But the one thing I tell the people that get into rapping, I'm like, bro, just do it, and just keep doing it. And every time you write, it's gonna get better, bro. And if it doesn't, then you're just not in the right spot, the right sport, I guess you could say. Yeah. But what I could tell you,
for everybody.
What I could tell you is that if you just keep doing it, it gets better. You know what I mean?
Like with anything
it's repetition.
Whatever you put your time, passion, and effort into.
Yeah, it's repetition.
Something will come out of it. You're gonna get out of it what you put in.
Yeah. So naughty adolescents, nasty adolescents, adolescents.
So and again, it wasn't no. It was just.
Did you guys like record and stuff? It was just
like this. Is
I get it.
I had never even dreamt of being.
So what was your first? So was your first studio session analog or digital?
Definitely analog.
Oh, so you was analog. All right.
Yeah.
So you was already in the studio. You was in this. Okay. All
right. Matter of fact, my first song that I recorded, I think you know him too, was with Keeman.
Keeman Bell. Yeah. It's my dude. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. I recorded my first song with him.
Okay. So I'm seeing the cloth. Now that I see the cloth, you know what I mean?
I recorded my first
The names you're dropping in here is crazy to me because now I'm putting it all together and I see the history here.
The first time I ever recorded, and that was for a showcase. Think about that.
What showcase?
I've never been in the studio.
The first time you ever recorded was with Keeman, and it was for a showcase?
Yeah, because I had signed up for this showcase, and I went to audition.
Where was it?
It was in Newark.
Okay, Newark is deadly too.
Yeah.
Newark is rough. I don't know if y'all ever record. If you rap and you're not from Newark too, it's a little weird, bro.
Yeah, but at the time, I had kind of been in my bag a little bit, and I was a little confident. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I was going for broke at the time. I was like, fuck it, what can I do, lose? Yeah. So what? Yeah. I'm going for it. So I went to this audition, and this is kind of where I got my confidence a little bit. Yeah. Because I went in there like scared to death, thinking like these people gonna like
shoot me down and
like
tear my shit apart. Yeah.
Try to get
the Sandman comes out.
They loved it.
That's dope.
And they was like, wow.
Was that the beginning of it?
Yeah.
That was the beginning. What year was that? You remember that?
I can't remember right now. No.
Remember how old you were?
I was probably... I was out of high school.
Them showcases, man. When you do shit like the auditioning and stuff like that,
I was probably about 20.
Okay.
I was probably about 20 at the time.
20 is a good age too, because you're just about to really be outside.
Yeah.
You was already outside, but like you know what I mean though. Like that 21 age is different.
Yeah, so it was
21 age.
Again, like I rapped, around friends or whatever, but I'd never been in the studio before that time to do something for that show.
Yeah.
And I went to the audition and they loved it, and I came in. It was a lot of acts too.
Yeah.
It was a lot of them. It was like 40.
Yo, them showcases back in the day used to be crazy,
yeah.
bro. You start at 8 and you're not getting out of there till 3. And this,
Yeah.
it's bad, bro.
Like that.
And if you're
Yo.
stuck in the end, you're fucked.
Out of like 40 acts, I came in top 5. And
I tell you,
this was
yeah.
my first,
In Newark.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, that's lit.
At the Robert Tree Hotel.
Oh, you was at the Robert Tree.
Yes.
Oh my God, you was in the trenches.
Yeah, and exactly. So
You
now,
was in
mind
the
you, now
trenches.
I got 5 niggas with me, maybe.
Yeah, that ain't really
5
shit.
real cats, but
That ain't really shit in Newark though.
You know what I'm saying? I got 5 cats with me, and everybody there. First of all, Newark is because it's in Newark, so it's gonna be mostly Newark artists, and they're all deep as hell.
Yeah,
like super, super, super deep.
I'll be careful.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying. But that night it was all love though. Everything was Gucci. They had like a little hallway because it was like you know how Robert Tree is.
Yeah.
They have like the ballroom set. So out in the hallway, niggas was just battling.
Yeah.
It was just ciphers out in the hallway. So it was definitely an experience for me. I was scared to death, but I was gonna do it.
Yeah, and you did it.
And I did it. And when I finished, first of all, I told you I took 5 people with me.
Yeah.
You would have thought that the 5 people that was with me was like big monsters or something.
Yeah.
Because when I was on stage, there's 100 plus people in this room.
Yeah.
All you hear is my people when I'm on stage.
Going with you.
Standing up. Because it was 2 sides of chairs. One on this side, and there was the opening in the middle.
Yeah.
My people's is in the middle. Yeah, hell yeah, that's you know what I'm saying.
I love it. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? So that felt good. And when I finished, like the crowd it was crazy because as soon as I finished, it was like quiet, and it was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, people started clapping and getting applause, and I was like, oh shit, like that. When I left there. I went there maybe kind of uncertain.
Yeah.
When I left there, I left there with a
You're
confidence.
like, I'm doing this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing this shit. Yeah.
Because it was, and this wasn't just any little rap thing.
Nah.
Like, I don't know if you remember the dude Shells from Harlem?
Yeah.
He was on the rap. He was there.
Yeah.
Warehouse. A lot of people don't know that this is a group from Newark.
I don't know.
They was there that night. It was.
But I remember it
was some heavy hitters there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I went, and everybody. It was hardly any soloists.
Yeah. Everybody was groups, right?
Everybody was groups.
Yeah.
And I didn't bring my guys on stage with me. They was in the crowd.
Smartest. Fucking drop a gem real quick. A gem real quick. Artists, don't stop bringing your fucking entourage on stage.
Yeah, I mean,
please.
There's a time for that. When you're on and you're that's different.
Yeah.
But when you're
trying to get it there, bro,
nah, that's
for
just,
real, bro. Stop. To me, it looks stupid. You know what I mean?
It's silly, yeah.
It looks stupid, but damn, I know that feeling. For sure.
Yeah,
I know
I got an adrenaline rush from that shit. That was
that life high after that shit.
I was on a high for probably about a month, and I didn't even win.
Yeah,
but I came in 4th out of I don't know how many people, and there was some serious acts there, bro. And the nigga who was on before me got booed off.
Jesus.
And this is my first time on stage.
Yeah, and you got to follow somebody that just got swept
and I'm
off.
in Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And they loved it. They ate it up, and I left there with a different confidence. And I was like, all right, I'm on.
So now you've been, that's the origin of it, but you've been doing this shit for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about your catalog, man. I was looking at it a little bit earlier today. I went down your YouTube. You got a lot of fucking videos. Yeah. You got a lot of videos. You got a lot of music. the one thing you did release, you told me you released Deeper Than Rap. That was your first actual distributed project.
Yes. Everything before that was pretty much
Underground, right?
Underground, pretty much.
Let's talk about the underground stuff. How many projects did you put out underground?
I put out a lot.
Because you've been doing this since before we even had access to distribution. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you were pushing shit out the trunk.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what? Let me mention him. Rest in peace, June Cardi.
Shout out to June Cardi. Good dude.
He used to sell DVDs and CDs.
I remember
that?
this, yes.
He used to do deliveries.
Yeah.
So he used to come to my crib and deliver me shit. Yeah. I used to go see him in Delaney too.
Yeah.
But he used to do house calls type shit.
Yeah.
You know, if you spend some money with him, he'd come check you. So this is when around the time I'm working on my first actual project.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm kicking it with him, and you know, he's older. I look up to him. You know what I'm saying? He's a cool, fly guy from the projects.
Yeah.
Real good dude. So, and he always showed me love. So I looked up to him, you know what I'm saying? And one time I was like, yo, you know, because I used to buy, he used to ask me like, yo, why you be buying all these instrumentals? Because I used to get,
J.R. the Singer Boys.
Forget about it.
I love it.
I need all the instruments. He'd be like, yo, I used to tell him, yo, get all the instrumentals you could get. He's like, what are you doing with these? And I told him, you know.
Yeah.
So one day I let him hear some of my music. And he was like, yo, like, dude, like, you got some shit with you. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, let me know, you know, when you're finished with it and all that. And I didn't think nothing of it at the time, you know what I'm saying? So I finished the project up. You know, I had copies printed up and all of that shit. And he was like, yo, when I did have it, he came to see me like a regular trip, came to bring me some movies, some CDs. And he was like, yo, you mind if I take this to the spot and have them run it? And I'm like, what you mean? He's like, where I go get my stuff from, I take this there. They will make thousands of copies, and it will be all over.
He did that off the strength?
New Jersey and New York.
He did that off the strength?
Philly. He did it off his strength just because he liked me, just because I was his young guy.
Wow. That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
And nobody knows this.
No, we got to talk about that because when you're talking about pressing CDs, we used to have to go through what the fuck was not CD baby. You know what I'm talking about? Disc makers.
Disc makers. Send the shit, and they'll make it for you, but they charge you.
Bro, the process to get CDs made back in the day was ridiculous. It was tedious and it was expensive as shit. So the fact that he did this off the strength goes to show you what type of dude he was and the love he had for you. So that's something you got to point out, and I got to emphasize that because it's important. Shout out to June Cardi, man. I grew up with his son Cardi. That's my dude. Cardi's a good dude too.
I don't even think I've had that conversation with his son to tell him that.
His son's a real one too, bro.
But he probably knows about it. But like me and him haven't sat down and actually had that conversation. The man you are having right now.
Yeah, that's a dope ass story, bro.
Yeah. So he did that, and I'm like, yeah. And even when he took it, I wasn't thinking nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? I had people calling me like, yo, I'm out here on 42nd Street, and this nigga got a pile of your CDs. It's like 50 CDs here. Yo, he's selling your shit. I had, you know, Tall Mimi? Remember Mimi?
Mm-mm.
She was out in Philly. She called me from the store.
Yeah.
In Philly. She's like, yo, you know so-and-so out here in Philly? I'm like, nah.
Damn, the game was different.
Like, why?
The game was different.
She's like, because this nigga got a whole bunch of your CDs up here selling them, talking about he know you, that's it, that you're his people.
Fuck it, yeah, I'm his people.
Like wherever they, you know,
they gonna big you up.
You go see a CD, man.
Yeah, they gonna big you up.
My shit was there, bro. Like it was in New York, it was in Philly.
That's crazy.
It got around like my first joint, and it was because of him.
Was this around the time of the DJ drama stuff with the FBI and all that shit? Because mixtapes were crazy.
This was actually crazy.
Right before it, right?
Before that.
So this was leading up to the DJ drama mixtape stuff, the FBI stuff. I don't know if you guys know your history about hip hop, but that was a big moment in hip hop. Mm-hmm. So you actually caught the wave of the mixtape era. You know what I mean? Which is dope.
And I had actually people getting in touch with me
off of that.
Yeah.
That's lit. So that's what I wanted to point out between the underground and then the distribution. So now we're into the age of distribution, and you dropped Deeper Than Rap, which I'm blessed to be a part of. I love that joint. You know, there was a lot of love on that joint. Levitate, that's my shit. Let's talk about Deeper Than Rap, and then, you know, we'll take it from there.
Well, Deeper Than Rap was I've been out of the loop maybe for a while.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about before with the house and my pops and all that, I was going through some shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I wasn't in this
mental space.
I wasn't in the mental space to even be thinking about any type of music. But my brother, your friend also, Crillz.
Yeah. Shout out to Crillz. I gotta get Crillz on here too.
He would you know, I talked to him about personal stuff and certain things that I don't talk to nobody about. So I let him know, like, when I was going through these things, like, yo, I'm not, like, man, fuck this rap shit. Like, man, I ain't whatever. He was like, you crazy, nigga.
Yeah.
You ain't quitting for nothing. He would not allow me to. Even when I didn't want to do nothing, he would send me songs all the time. Yo, I need you to get on this, big bro.
Yeah.
I need you for this. I need you for that. He wasn't doing it because he needed me to be on any of his shit.
Yeah.
He was doing it because he knew sooner or later, he was going to get me out of the funk.
Yeah.
And if you know about somebody who's persistent, he's the epitome of facts.
Yeah. Real's energy is crazy.
You know, like the nigga the nigga would rather try to fight me.
Yeah. Than let you quit.
Than let me quit rapping.
Yeah, no, he's like that. Real's is like that.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, and again, when I was going through a lot, he was one of the people that was in my corner, man, and he just, like, he was just pumping me up, and then he sent me one joint, and it's on the album.
What's the name of it?
I can't remember the word. I can't remember the name right now. That's neither here nor there. The joint, he sent me it, and it was at the time it was just the perfect
to get you out of it.
Going through,
yeah.
Like it was more of an emotional song.
So you wrote your way out of this shit.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, that album is what helped me get through what I was going through at that time. At me making it.
I wanted to ask that because I know I've been in funks too, man. My life's been crazy the past couple years. And I've dropped a couple projects in the middle of these funks. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, even if the marketing's not up to par, even if it's not being heard by thousands and thousands of people, but the fact that you release something and put it out into the world, what that does to an artist is therapeutic.
Absolutely.
It probably, when you put it out, you probably felt like 1,000,000 times better.
The day I released this shit, I cried like a baby.
I bet.
Because, again, I did everything underground, backstore type shit.
Yeah.
I've never actually had something to where I can tell somebody, yo, and like, oh, yo, where can I hear some of your music?
It's right there.
Wherever your favorite rapper is.
Yeah.
Apple, iTunes.
Yeah.
That's what my shit.
Doesn't that feel good, yo?
Yeah,
that feels great. I love that shit.
Yeah, it feels amazing. And because, when somebody says, they ask you, oh, where can they find your music at? And you tell them that, they look at you like, what you mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
Jay-Z and Rick Ross and Meek Mill and Busta Rhymes, your favorite rappers?
Yeah.
My shit is there.
You can put me on your playlist too, motherfucker.
Yeah. Like, I'm right there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was that was a big accomplishment for me, period.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how much money I made from it. I didn't care what anybody else thought. To me, that was a milestone.
All right. So going forward, we got this. You got the distribution down now. What we working on now?
I have a project that I'm working on. Actually, this is the first time I'm ever speaking about it.
Yeah.
Outside of my circle, I've been working on for a few months right now.
Okay.
And it's a very, I'm looking for the perfect word. This is probably one of the most personal projects.
I like that.
of mine, it shows a lot of growth. When I say a lot, I mean a lot.
Yeah.
Like, when you go through, I'm one of those people, when I go through things, like, music is my therapy.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I fucking get it, yeah.
Sometimes you can't share stuff with people.
The only way you could really get it out is that way.
It's through my music. So I buckled down and I was like, and it started around the time, like I said, Real sent me the song or whatever. I started to get, and this is something I never did before, I started to get more personal. I was always kind of in a shell.
Yeah.
Like, most of my music was about having fun and on some real rap, I'm better than you and I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
I didn't really tap into personal stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I always thought that was kind of almost like if you show weakness.
Yeah.
And I always did that. But I learned growing and going through things, I learned that, nah.
I think vulnerability is probably the best, tool
it is.
To really reach people, to really touch people and make them lifelong listeners and fans.
It is. It
Vulnerability is it's hard because you're putting your life out there, and the judgment that comes with it sucks sometimes, But hey, nobody's perfect, man. Nobody's perfect, I've been through shit. You've been through shit. Everybody's been through shit, and from the outside, they're gonna judge you regardless.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't even fucking matter. Just pour your heart out, bro.
So when I decided to let go and just be free with what I was saying, the floodgates just opened up.
So how many songs do you have in the stash right now that you're picking from?
That I'm picking from for this project?
Yeah.
Well, I'm still recording.
I know.
I was just in the studio
I'm doing this for your flex.
I was just in the studio yesterday. The album could have been finished.
Yeah.
I have enough music for about 3 albums.
This is a flex for you.
But now I just been, because I was actually supposed to drop something last summer.
Yeah.
I was slated to do that, but we were busy with the Concrete Garden.
Yeah.
And
shout out to the Concrete Garden. You became the mayor and
RCO
shit.
Production.
Yes.
Season 2 on the way.
I got killed. You know what I mean? But
we were busy with that, and I'm the type that when it comes to my music, like, if I can't throw 1,000% into it, I'm not really, you know what I'm saying? I was just busy at the time doing different
There's a lot of
things.
shit going on.
Yeah, so I didn't forget about it. I just pushed it to the side a little bit. I'm like, I'm gonna get back full time on it.
Yeah.
But during that, I was still recording here and there.
Yeah.
I was still making new music here and there.
How often do you write?
Now, as of right now, I'm in album mode, so almost every day.
Wow, that's impressive.
If not every, and I'm not saying I write a song every day.
A little bit.
And I do something every day.
That's dope.
I do something every day.
That's mastery.
Whether it's a line or a whole verse or a hook or a whole song, I do something every day because I'm in that mode. Now, my thing is when I'm in the mode, and I'm in a great mode right now, I'm in a good space in life.
Yeah.
But then I'm in a great mode, meaning I'm free with my writing. There's no boundaries on it. I don't. Again, like I told you, show growth, and I'm just like anybody else. I'm learning to become a better person every day.
Yeah. With
whatever I can, a better friend, a better boyfriend, a better brother, a better son.
Yeah.
I'm learning and growing and being, so that is starting to show in my music.
Love it.
And it's incredible.
I love it. You got a name for this?
Appetite for Construction.
That's dope as fuck.
Because I'm trying to build something.
You're building.
Yeah.
One thing I know about you, man, and I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I know for a fact that the lyrical content is going to be there. Now that you're saying you're becoming vulnerable, that's a plus on top of that, and I can't wait to hear the vulnerability in it. But your production, man, the production that you pick has always been top tier. If you ask anybody in the hood, you probably have the best beats out of anybody. I don't know. You have an ear for these beats, man, and it's
you want to know because I'm tedious with it, and I see people because I don't. The people have the same access that I have to the beats, but I spend hours
digging, right?
Hours and hours. Like I put the time in, like time. Like I search and search and search and search. Like
what I want to do now that we're actually having this conversation is one of my brothers, J.I., man, he's making some fire right now, and I want to link you up with him, bro. I don't know if you
have worked before.
Have you heard anything recently?
Recently, just some of the stuff that he's posted on Instagram.
I think we need to set a sit down.
We can do that. That's family.
I think we need to set a sit down.
I fucks with J.I. He know that. So,
yeah.
That ain't nothing but a conversation.
He did a joint for me and Flyboy Ant and my man Rockstar and D-Roy called Moments for Life.
I think I remember that.
Moments for Life.
You did a video, didn't you?
Nah, we didn't. We should have, but it was.
You put that song out.
We put the song out, yeah.
With the old Rockstar Ham.
Rockstar Ham, yeah. That beat was J.I. and I think me and you always had this one thing in common is we have this love for Rick Ross production. We always talk about it. We always talk about it.
He has one of those ears.
Yeah, right? He does. And we with that cloth talk, it's that cloth talk that we talk about.
I love soulful.
Yeah.
I love soulful music, man.
I think there's something there. I know that the project's gonna be fire, brother. I'm excited for it.
It's growth. It's crazy to say this, but at my age now, I'm the best that I've ever been by far.
I love it.
Like, I'll share some joints with you.
Yeah.
But even like my last project was, I got a lot of love for it. It was received very, very well.
Yeah.
This is some notches up.
Okay.
And that was just 3 years ago.
I'm telling you right now, I'm ready for it. I know the streets is ready for it. I know you're ready for it because I can see it. I can hear the passion in your voice talking about it. Yeah, I know it's big.
I put a lot of work in, man, and I'm excited to share it with people to see.
To get that high, man. It's the high that comes with it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I played some songs for some people, and I've got some reactions already. Like, perfect example. My cousin D came over to watch the fights with me last night.
Yeah.
I mean, he worked. He got a family schedule. I work. I got a family schedule. We don't get to kick it like that, but we stay in touch. And when we do get to fuck with each other, that's what we do. So last night he came over to watch the fights with me. I was in the studio yesterday, but I came after the studio. I got back, and my plan was I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna get something to eat, have my whatever, and cool out, watch the fight, and just chill out. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna be watching the fight. If you wanna come through, come on through. So he was like, cool. So he came through. So we're sitting there watching the undercard, and I'm like, yo, before you leave here, I need to play you a few joints because I got some shit.
Yeah.
Like, some. He's like, all right, cool. So whatever. So it was a break before the final fight, before Tank came on.
Yeah.
I had played him a couple joints, and he was looking at me like, wow, like, he was like, cuz, this is it. Like, man, like, this is just totally different. Like, you're
on another level,
I don't know what you did between then and now, but like, wow, like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Life.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it's been, man. It's just been my personal experiences. Yeah. And again, like I told you, it's about growth. Like, I'm at a point, man, where if you're not trying to grow, what are you doing?
Exactly.
If you're not trying to be better,
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And especially with the situations, like speaking of the pandemic and us losing people, and these days, bruh, we're losing people left and right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend my time appreciating my folks.
I dig it.
Not fighting with them.
Yeah.
Not beefing with them over petty stuff.
On that note,
Or being mad at somebody because of something silly. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But on that note, man, we're going to start wrapping it up, man. I just wanted to thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
We got a real in-depth with your life and what you got going on. How you feel about it, man? You feel good?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Where can the people find you?
Everywhere. You can find me on Instagram, Marvelous Man 1, Chris Man on Facebook. And it's a lot. I'm about to get active.
I like it.
I've been working, and I've been waiting to get started, like to show the people what I'm doing, and it's coming. This is actually the start of it.
Let's get
Like I said, this is the first conversation that I've even had about me putting out an album.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm about to get active. There's some visuals coming. Yeah. There's some music dropping very, very soon. Yeah. Like, singles, give people a taste, some videos coming.
But on that note, brother, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, brother. I appreciate you.
It's your boy Bobby Crillz, Heart of the City podcast. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe.
Yes, do that.
Share it with your peoples. Do all that good stuff. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Bobby Crillz, on Twitter at Bobby Crillz, anywhere in the world at Bobby Crillz. It's your boy. I'll see y'all soon, man.